Nabeel, I've seen your LinkedIn. I've seen some of the posts that you've recently been making. It seems like everyone is talking about AI these days. But how is it that Behavox is really differentiating through all of that noise and cutting through to actually what AI is?
That's a great question. Okay, so we have a problem today where everyone has jumped on the AI bandwagon. A few years ago, everyone jumped on the bandwagon of robotic process automation. A few years before that, everyone was talking about machine learning and neural networks. The fundamental problem we have in our industry is that if you ask any one of these people what that actually means, they will not be able to give you anything more than a surface level answer. You will read on LinkedIn that people are talking about generative AI and agentic AI. The question I ask them is, what are you generating? Our job is to identify insights, not to generate net new pieces of trade or communications. So what are they generating when they're saying they're using generative AI? We have vendors that are saying that prompt engineering is just as good as specialized large language models. I'd like for them to explain what is prompt engineering, because what they're suggesting is I can walk up to you and I can say, if you were a large language model, I could walk up to you and say, does the phrase "help me help you," does it indicate collusion? And what I would want as a professional is the answer to be the same every single time. And large language models that are not specialized or checked cannot provide the same answer every single time. That's one problem. The second problem is people talk about agentic AI. Agentic AI is when a machine does something on your behalf. It simulates a task. And we have agentic AI right now running rampant in some vendors where it's going out and doing tasks. Yet those vendors have not actually published papers. They've not actually made it clear how that agentic AI works. But they have invested a lot of money into swag around it. Which brings me to, how do we differentiate ourselves? The way we differentiate ourselves is we actually are taking a very unsexy approach, because we're going back to theory. And the theory was actually published in 2011 by the Federal Reserve. And the Federal Reserve said, which was also echoed recently by Bank of England SS123 and the EU AI Act, is that there are three fundamental pillars when it comes to any AI application. Pillar number one, can I explain it? Not me as the vendor. Can you as the consumer actually explain what the AI is? That's pillar number one. Pillar number two, have you independently validated how this model works? Which means, for those of you who have children, have you actually provided the AI with the mock exam, where you know the right answers and you actually measure and see that, oh, the AI got X number right, so it's X% smart. And then the third is, do you have a robust change management process? Change management cannot be, we just chopped and changed configurations, or we just introduced a new model, or we just gave it all the right answers. That's not change management, that's cheating. Change management has to be a structured approach to solving a problem, and it has to be where we have a methodical way of taking the telemetry, working with the customer to then drive an iterative approach to improving the quality of the risks. So how we stand out is we actually provide evidence of how we built the model. We provide a self-service tool for customers to test and evidence whether or not the models work. And we provide a very transparent and high security, high fidelity approach to change management of our risk policies. That's why I get very emotional on LinkedIn.